Hello, welcome to TTLIY podcast, where we chat about realistic leadership theories. On today's podcast, we'll be chatting about leaders with healthy mindset recap. 4 Saturdays in May, where I actually featured amazing leaders who discuss amazing things about how to be healthy in different episodes of discussions. But before we start, I would like to acknowledge that we are in Afrocentric land. We are in a space at the Delmore Buddy Day Learning Institute. And so at this podcast, we'll be starting land acknowledgements. And so I'm going to say this land acknowledgement before we begin each podcast. As people of Afrocentric descent, we offer this land recognition in solidarity with the indigenous peoples of Turtle Island in the efforts and deliberate intention towards decolonization. As people of Afrocentric descent, we acknowledge the land of Turtle Island that sustains us, express deep gratitude to its indigenous peoples, and pledge to honor our dignity and divinity that ultimately connects us all. As we connect with different areas of leaders with a healthy mindset, we have talked about so many things that's important. Leaders with a healthy mindset, it consists of connecting with different leaders, mentors, being a part of a community to help us to be sustained. In our few episodes, we talked about why it's important to be a leader and why it's important to be healthy. Various leaders from different backgrounds discussed that leaders are one who act, leaders are one who stay calm, leaders are one who lead in different areas of management. What do you think is a leader? I want you to pause and reflect on that cause. The big reveal that we discuss is that we have to divide ourselves in about 4 different categories. And I'm going to observe that there's actually a 5th one, and I just actually said it, but I'm going to say it again. Learning is one, contributing, leading, serving, and the last one I'm going to say is observing. In different styles of leadership, you have to actually categorize yourself in those certain areas. For me personally, I try to say, okay, do I want to lead today or do I want to contribute? And it gives yourself an ease of mindset when you're contributing. That means you're just contributing your different resources. You're just giving your time in different ways. But when you're leading, that takes a huge amount of time where you actually have to give back a huge amount of time. So when actually making decisions or wanting to be a part, know the part that you're going to play. Are you going to lead? Are you going to contribute? Are you going to just serve? Serving is actually an easy thing as well. Sometimes you just give your hands. Sometimes lifting, carrying. Just those simple. Sometimes it's simple. I'm not going to say it's not simple. Sometimes it depends on the weight that you're carrying in order to serve others. And sometimes it's hard to serve if you're not passionate about it. And so that connects me to my other style of being healthy in leadership. Be passionate about what you do. Know when you're connecting with different areas of leadership. I'm going to say something that one of our Saturday guest said, Keishelle Davis, who's the CEO of the Training Authority back in the Bahamas. She said that once you're passionate about something and the passion ends, thank the passion. Thank the passion which gave you much energy to move forward with that, and then move on to the next. Sometimes when you're transitioning into different leadership, sometimes it's scary when you're transitioning. For me, sometimes it's hard and scary when I say, okay, I have to transition from this thing to the next thing. But it's easy. It helps us to see the growth step to where we want to go and helps us to move forward. I want us to talk about moving forward as leaders who are struggling sometimes just to give back our time and to share our responsibilities. Giving back, sometimes it depends on how we're giving back. Sometimes a lot of leaders sometimes don't see giving back as important. It is important. Giving back to the community helps you to be, I would say, well known. It helps you to to see that you have a heart of giving. It also shows that you have a compassionate and vulnerable space in your heart to share with the world and to share with your community. And so I always like to encourage people, hey, give back. Give all that you can to people, because at the end of the day, your service will be rewarded. And you don't have to look for a materialistic reward, but looking for that, hey, thank you for that. Thank you that you made a difference into my life. Those type of things are very important when looking at a healthy mindset of leadership, is that you want to make sure, not seeking recognition that you're doing a good job, but making sure that you are actually serving with all your heart and knowing that people are watching you with that purposeful giving heart that you have. And sharing responsibilities as leaders is very healthy. I always try to say, hey, delegation as leaders is good. It helps other people to grow. It helps other people to learn different skills that they don't know that they have in their mindset. And so I encourage leaders, hey, give some of your responsibilities, some of your tasks, some of your projects to other people. There's something that I'm doing actually at my job now that I told my leadership team that I want to do is, hey, I want to have other staff members involved in some of the projects. I want to actually allow them to see their skills develop in different areas as well. And so if you think from that healthy mindset, it gives you a whole big openness to move forward. I think it's very important as leaders that we have to have a standard of value. And values are important when growing in that healthy mindset. What are your values? What values are you bringing to the table? What values are you contributing to your organization or to your personal self? If you don't have values, what are you doing? I think that's a cliche, but values are important. Having a sense of value, a sense of boundaries. We spoke about healthy boundaries in the workplace doing this past series. Knowing when to mentally guard your mind into different areas. The mind is important. It helps you to know how you are going to guard it each day, how you're going to allow your mindset not to be dictated by other people around you or in front of you. You are in charge of yourself. Know that in a healthy way, guard your space. This is important. And for me, I try to say, hey, and I think it's funny that I always say that for some reason, my office is my place of work, and I always try to say to people, I guard that space because I'm there most of the time during the week. And I try to make sure that there's no negative energy in that space. And that's what I tell my colleagues, that's why I'm happy, because I have a guarded space. I have a guarded space. And so I encourage you, guard your space, whether it's in your workplace, have a guarded space in your home. Make sure that you know that there are certain parts of your home that you call your sanctuary, a place where you can go and be calm and be just at ease. These are just certain simple ways of having a guarded mindset in leadership. Augie Jones, the principal of the Nova Scotia Community College, he discussed the importance of saying no sometimes. And he said that, hey, you have to say no in order for you to succeed. And saying no is not a bad thing all the time. But you have to know when to say no to the right things, and also say no to the wrong things, and also say no to the right things as well, but also saying yes to right things and saying yes to the wrong, not to the wrong things, but saying yes to the right things as well. You don't want to copy what I'm saying right now, but saying yes to the wrong thing. That's the total opposite of what I'm trying to say. But I hope you get it. Really, overall, being guarded with your nose in leadership is very important. In knowing when to say no and all that good stuff. And so I want to leave you with this saying: when you are in leadership, know that you have so much to offer, but how are you offering that? I thank you so much for being a part of this episode, and we'll see you at the next.